Many of us look at billionaires and wonder, were they born with an unfair advantage, or is there more to their story? Let's clarify this right at the start. Are most billionaires simply born rich or gifted?
Actually, that's a widespread misconception. According to Forbes, over two-thirds of today's billionaires are self-made. While privilege can help, the majority began with average means, relying on clarity, discipline, and an unshakable vision rather than inherited wealth or innate genius.
That's fascinating. So, if it's not just about starting capital or superhuman traits, what sets them apart at the foundational level?
Their mindset is the true differentiator. Instead of being daunted by obstacles, they see possibilities. Where most people hesitate, billionaires act decisively. This mental framework shapes their entire journey, and it's something anyone can intentionally cultivate.
Building on that, let's dive deeper into mindset. What specific thought patterns distinguish billionaires from the average person?
Billionaires consistently think far into the future 10, 20, or even 50 years ahead. Elon Musk, for instance, famously stated he'd rather fail building something great than succeed at something ordinary. This long-term, impact-focused vision is a common thread.
So, it's not just about chasing quick wins or today's trends. How does this future focus translate into daily actions?
It influences risk-taking and decision-making. Billionaires act when others wait, and they're obsessed with creating lasting impact over mere income. They often pursue ideas they'd work on even without immediate financial rewards, which sustains motivation through tough times.
Transitioning from mindset, let's talk about risk. We often hear about high-stakes gambles in billionaire stories. How do they approach failure differently from most people?
They reframe failure as a learning tool, not a setback. Steve Jobs was ousted from Apple, Jack Ma faced 30 rejections, and Elon Musk nearly went bankrupt. Instead of giving up, they analyzed what went wrong, adapted, and tried again, often emerging stronger.
That's a powerful lesson. It sounds like they're almost immune to discouragement. Is there a strategy behind this resilience?
Absolutely. They don't see failure as the opposite of success, but as its pathway. This mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones, encouraging experimentation and rapid iteration, which is crucial for tackling large, complex challenges.
Now, let's explore leverage, a concept rarely taught in schools. Why is leverage so critical in building massive wealth?
Leverage is about multiplying impact without multiplying effort. Working harder has limits, but leverage through people, capital, or scalable tools breaks that ceiling. Billionaires build systems that work for them, even when they're not directly involved.
Can you break down the main types of leverage with real examples?
Certainly, people leverage means building high-performing teams, like Steve Jobs did at Apple. Capital leverage is using money to make more money, as Warren Buffett exemplifies. Lastly, media and code think Zuckerberg and Facebook enable infinite scale without linear effort.
Let's dig deeper into media and code as forms of leverage. How have figures like Zuckerberg or Oprah harnessed these tools for exponential growth?
Zuckerberg used code to create Facebook, a platform that serves billions simultaneously. Oprah built a media empire where her message reaches millions at once. Both leveraged scalable system software and media that generate value continuously, even while they sleep.
What about logistics or platform scale like with Amazon or Uber?
Jeff Bezos used logistics as a lever, optimizing shipping and trust to dominate e-commerce. Uber solved unreliable taxis by scaling a digital platform. These examples show that leveraging systems, not just personal effort, is the real driver behind billionaire success.
With leverage established, let's talk about the problems billionaires choose to solve. Why is scale such a critical factor?
You can't become a billionaire by serving a handful of clients. Billionaires target widespread issues, what economists call pain points, affecting millions or billions. Amazon tackled shipping and trust, Airbnb addressed overpriced hotels, and Uber improved urban mobility.
How can aspiring entrepreneurs identify these billion-dollar problems?
Ask, what do people complain about, tolerate, or wish was better? If your solution saves time, money, or alleviates frustration on a massive scale, you're likely on the right path. The bigger the problem, the bigger the potential reward.
Failure seems inevitable on the path to major breakthroughs. How do billionaires turn setbacks into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks?
They treat every failure as data. For example, after SpaceX's explosions, Musk's team meticulously analyzed every mistake, then improved. This build, fail, learn, repeat cycle fosters innovation, making each setback a foundation for smarter, faster, or more resilient solutions.
Is there a danger in failing too often or too publicly?
Certainly, but calculated risks are essential. Public failures can build credibility if you transparently learn and improve. They show resilience, attract talent, and even draw investment from those who value relentless problem solving over easy wins.
Another key insight is that billionaires build engines, not just jobs. Can you elaborate on what this means in practice?
Think of engines as self-sustaining systems business models, technologies, or platforms that continue growing without constant direct oversight. Working alone might make you tired, but building systems like franchising, automation, or online platforms compounds your impact exponentially.
So, it's about designing businesses that run themselves to some extent?
Exactly. By architecting scalable models, billionaires free themselves to focus on strategy and innovation rather than day-to-day operations. This shift from labor to leverage is a fundamental leap.
Let's address the timeline. Many people seek overnight success, but billionaire stories suggest otherwise. How important is patience in this journey?
Patience is essential. Most billionaires build for decades, not months. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in 1994. It took years before profitability. The willingness to endure setbacks, adapt, and keep building separates those who merely start from those who truly succeed.
What strategies help maintain motivation during those long, uncertain periods?
Cultivating a strong purpose, building a reliable team, and focusing on reputation and relationships are key. Playing long-term games with long-term people creates resilience and sustainable momentum, even when progress seems slow.
To bring it all together, what are the actionable first steps someone can take today to embark on this journey, regardless of their background?
Begin by shifting your mindset to aim for impact over income. Identify a real-world problem that frustrates many and brainstorm scalable solutions. Start small but think big, and remember, leverage, learning from failure, and long-term vision are your allies.
Any final advice for listeners who feel intimidated by the scale of this path?
You don't need to be a genius or have deep pockets. Billionaires are built, not born. Start now, however modestly, and keep building, learning, and believing. Each bold step compounds, turning ordinary beginnings into extraordinary outcomes.